Well, hello, everybody. Welcome, one and welcome all, to the Junk Shop Library channel, home of improv Bible study. The first, the last, the most irreverent atheist Bible study on YouTube to go through every excruciating verse of the King James Version of 1611 and rip it the new asshole it so deserves. Not safe for work, not safe for children. All right. Hey, Paul, good to see you. Drive safe, Morton. All righty. Well, first and foremost, I want to make sure to thank all of my new subscribers. We've had a fairly dramatic influx of new folks here into the library over the course of the past few days. Welcome to y'all. None of y'all have your subscriptions public, so I have no earthly idea who you are, and I respect that decision. I hope you enjoy what you find here. All righty. Now, before we do anything else, y'all know what time it is. It's time for Junk Shop to forget which direction is left and which, God damn it. I thought I had it that time. I really did. Shish kebab. I got to thank my fantabulous patrons. These are the folks whose continued support makes it possible for us to continue the work we do here in the library, whether that's on improv Bible study or whether that's on mental health Thursdays, which is back on Thursdays now, or whether that's on the various other content that is in the works. Shouting those folks out in alphabetical order. Here we go. You see their names. You know their reputations. B, Brainbug, Mark Caesar, Paul, Camish, Kim, Linda, the Lone Wanderer, Math Pig, Mama Atheist, Nikki, Rain, and Santi the Sane. Thank you all so very, very much. We literally could not be doing what we're doing without you. All right. Let me check in with the chat because I saw it go blasting by at about half the speed of light. Let's see who's come sneaking in. I see Geo Sam, the man with the googly eyes. Paul asks, how is the new computer coming on? That, oh my gosh, there's a story there, but I'm going to save that for some time when I can tell it with a conclusion. The new computer is in the hands of the technologically savvy. It is having its operating system installed and its various thingummies and bobs figured out and attached. And it's built. It's getting ready. It'll be here before we know it. Hey, Brainbug. You are not an old folk. You're my age. Hello, Edward. Good to see you. Math Pig. Yes, the new computer. Thanks to you and the crazy Germans. Fantastic. It'll be here before we know it. Before we know it. I know I've been saying that for like half of the fucking year so far. All righty. Yes, Amiga Nuts dropping everybody's links in the channel. Thank you, in the chat. Thank you, my friend. Aunt Jur is here. Good to see you as always. Wow, we got ourselves a crowd today. Y'all like the Friday stream. That's good. I was not expecting this to have the kind of population density it's turned out to have. So, cheers. It's just coffee. It says so. All right. Well, announcements aside, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what we're here for. We're here to put the book of the prophet Nehemiah in our rear view mirror. We will be launching today into its 11th chapter. Anybody care to, where's that fucking, anybody care to place a wager on whether this will be a summary of something we've already read or more fucking genealogies? Oh, Paul says it's smiting time. Lord, I hope so. I could do with a good smite. Wow, this lighting is harsh, ain't it? I can't wait till I'm not quite so harshly lit and back over in my slightly gurglier and noisy but more accustomed place. All right, chapter 11, Nehemiah. And the rulers of the people dwelt at Jerusalem. The rest of the people also cast lots to bring 1 of 10 to dwell in Jerusalem, the holy city, and 9 parts to dwell in other cities. And the people blessed all the men that willingly offered themselves to dwell at Jerusalem. Now these are the chief of the province that dwelt in Jerusalem. But in the cities of Judah dwelt every one in his possession in their cities, to wit, Israel, the priests, and the Levites, and the Nethinims, and the children of Solomon's servants. And at Jerusalem dwelt certain of the children of Judah and of the children of Benjamin. Of the children of Judah, Athaiah, the son of Uzziah, the son of Zechariah, the son of Amariah, the son of Shephatiah, the son of Mahalaleel, of the children of Perez. And Maaseiah, the son of Baruch, the son of Kol-Hoseh, the son of Haziah, the son of Adaiah, the son of Joiarib, the son of Zechariah, the son of Shilonai. All the sons of Perez that dwelt at Jerusalem were 468 valiant men. And these are the sons of Benjamin: Salu, the son of Meshulam, the son of Joed, the son of Pedaiah, the son of Koliah, the son of Maaseiah, the son of Ithiel, the son of Jesiah. And after him, Gabai, Salai, 928. And Joel, the son of Zichri, was their overseer, and Judah, the son of Senua, was second over the city. Of the priests, Jediah, the son of Joiarib, Jachin, Sariah, the son of Hilkiah, the son of Meshulam, the son of Zadok, the son of Meriah, the son of Ahitub, was the ruler of the house of God. And their brethren that did the work of the house were 822. And Adaiah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Pelaliah, the son of Amzi, the son of Zechariah, the son of Pashur, the son of Malchiah. And his brethren, chief of the fathers, 242, and Amashai, the son of Azariel, the son of Ahasai, the son of Meshillamoth, the son of Immer, and their brethren, mighty men of valor, 128, and their overseer was Zabdiel, the son of one of the great men. Also of the Levites, Shemaiah, the son of Hashub, the son of Azrikam, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Buni. And Shabbathai and Jozabad of the chief of the Levites had the oversight of the outward business of the house of God. And Mattaniah, the son of Micha, the son of Zabdi, the son of Asaph, was the principal to begin the thanksgiving in prayer, and Bakbukiah, the second among his brethren, and Abda, the son of Shammua, the son of Galai, the son of Jeduthun. All the Levites in the holy city were 284. Moreover, the porters, Akub, Talmon, and their brethren that kept the gates were 172. And the residue of Israel, of the priests and the Levites, were in all the cities of Judah, every one in his inheritance. But the Nethinims dwelt in Ophel, and Ziha and Gizpah were over the Nethinims. The overseer also of the Levites at Jerusalem was Uzi, the son of Bani, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micha. Of the sons of Asaph, the singers were over the business of the house of God. For it was the king's commandment concerning them that a certain portion should be given for the singers, due every day. And Pethahiah, the son of Meshezabiel, of the children of Zerah, the son of Zerah, the son of Judah, was at the king's hand in all matters concerning the people. And for the villages with their fields, some of the children of Judah dwelt at Kirjath Arba, and in the villages thereof, and at Dibon, and in the villages thereof, and at Jekabziel, and in the villages thereof, and at Jeshua, and at Moladah, and at Beth Phelet, and at Hazar Shual, and at Beer Sheba, and in the villages thereof, and at Ziklag, and at Makona, and in the villages thereof, and at En-Rimmon, and at Zeriah, and at Jarmuth, Zanua, Adulam, and in their villages, at Lachish, and the fields thereof, at Azekah, and in the villages thereof, and they dwelt from Beer Sheba unto the valley of Hinnom. The children also of Benjamin from Geba dwelt at Michmash, and Aijah, and Beth El, and in their villages, and at Anathoth, Nob, Ananiah, Hazor, Ramah, Gittaim, Hadid, Zeboim, Nabalat, Lod, and Ono, the valley of craftsmen. And of the Levites were divisions in Judah and in Benjamin. There we have the positively riveting chapter 11. Census data. Awesome. Dirty Rodent. Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, Hunter, the son of Zubeh. Might as well be, right? Okay. So here we're explaining why, or who, rather, gets to live in Jerusalem and who lives in the surrounding towns and villages thereof. And the incredibly complex and sophisticated system by which this was determined, i.e., the casting of lots. They determined it by literal luck of the draw. Paul says, it was good. Could you read it again? You go to hell, my friend. Go directly to hell. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Is there anything else to get out of that chapter? I didn't. Even I can't find anything to rant or rave or blather about in that chapter. Good grief. Chapter 12. Shall we just keep on rolling? That pig says, my 3-year-old just turned TV off. No daddy show. That's all right. The kid's more important than the Bible. Trust me. Trust me. Especially fucking Nehemiah. Chapter 12. Now these are the priests and the Levites, sweet Jesus. Now these are the priests and the Levites that went up with Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua. Sariah, Jeremiah, Ezra, Amariah, Maluch, Hattush, Shechaniah, Rehum, Meremoth, Edo, Genetho, Abijah, Miamin, Maadiah, Bilgah, Shemaiah, and Joyarib, Jediah, Salu, Amok, Hilkiah, Jediah. These were the chief of the priests and of their brethren in the days of Jeshua. Moreover, the Levites, Jeshua, Binui, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah, and Mattaniah, which was over the thanksgiving, he and his brethren. Also Bakbukiah and Uni, their brethren, were over against them in the watches. And Jeshua begat Joachim, Joachim also begat Eliashib, and Eliashib begat Joiada, and Joiada begat Jonathan, and Jonathan begat Jaddua. And in the days of Joachim were priests, the chief of the fathers, of Sariah, Moriah, of Jeremiah, Hananiah, of Ezra, Meshullam, of Amariah, Jehohanan, of Meliku, Jonathan, of Shebaniah, Joseph, of Harim, Adnah, of Meriah, Helkai, of Edo, Zechariah, of Ginnathan, Meshullam, of Abijah, Zichri, of Miniamin, of Moadiah, Piltai, of Bilgah, Shamua, of Shemaiah, Jehonathan, and of Joyarib, Mattanai, of Jediah, Uzi, of Salai, Kalai, of Amok, Eber, of Hilkiah, Hashabiah, of Jediah, Nethaniel. The Levites in the days of Eliashib, Joiada, and Johanan, and Jaddua were recorded chief of the fathers, also the priests, to the reign of Darius the Persian. The sons of Levi, the chief of the fathers, were written in the book of the Chronicles, even until the days of Johanan, the son of Eliashib. And the chief of the Levites, Hashabiah, Sherebiah, and Jeshua the son of Kadmiel, with their brethren over against them, to praise and to give thanks, according to the commandment of David, the man of God, word over against word, ward over against ward. Mattaniah and Bakbukiah, Obadiah, Meshullam, Talmon, Akub were porters, keeping the ward at the threshold of the gates. These were in the days of Joachim, the son of Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and in the days of Nehemiah the governor, and of Ezra the priest, the scribe. And at the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem, they sought the Levites out of all their places to bring them to Jerusalem, to keep the dedication with gladness, both with thanksgivings and with singings, with cymbals, psalteries, and harps. And the sons of the singers gathered themselves together, both out of the plain country round about Jerusalem, and from the villages of Netophathi, also from the house of Gilgai, and out of the fields of Geba and Asmaveth, for the singers had builded them villages round about Jerusalem. And the priests and the Levites purified themselves, and purified the people, and the gates, and the wall. Then I brought up the princes of Judah upon the wall, and appointed 2 great companies of them that gave thanks, whereof one went on the right hand upon the wall toward the dung gate. And after them went Hoshea and half of the princes of Judah, and Azariah, Ezra, and Meshullam, Judah and Benjamin, and Shemaiah and Jeremiah. And certain of the priests' sons with trumpets, namely Zechariah the son of Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micaiah, the son of Zachar, the son of Asaph, and his brethren Shemaiah and Azariel, Milalai, Gilalai, Maai, Nethaniel, and Judah, Hanani, with the musical instruments of David the son of the man of God, and Ezra the scribe before them. And at the fountain gate, which was over against them, they went up by the stairs of the city of David, at the going up of the wall, above the house of David, even unto the water gate eastward. And the other company of them that gave thanks went over against them, and I after them, and half of the people upon the wall, from beyond the tower of the furnaces, even unto the broad wall. And from above the gate of Ephraim, and above the old gate, and above the fish gate, and the tower of Hananiel, and the tower of Maah, even unto the sheep gate, and they stood still in the prison gate. So stood the 2 companies of them that gave thanks in the house of God, and I, and the half of the rulers with me, and the priests, Eliakim, Maaseiah, Miniamin, Micaiah, Elioenai, Zechariah, and Hananiah with trumpets. And Maaseiah, and Shemaiah, and Eleazar, and Uzi, and Jehohanan, and Malchijah, and Elam, and Ezer. And the singers sang loud, with Jezrahiah their overseer. Also that day they offered great sacrifices, and rejoiced, for God had made them rejoice with great joy. The wives also and the children rejoiced, so that the joy of Jerusalem was heard, even afar off. And at that time were some appointed over the chambers, for the treasures, for the offerings, for the first fruits, and for the tithes, to gather into them out of the fields of the cities the portions of the law for the priests and the Levites. For Judah rejoiced, for the priests and for the Levites that waited. And both the singers and the porters kept the ward of their God, and the ward of the purification, according to the commandment of David and of Solomon his son. For in the days of David and Asaph of old, there were chief of the singers, and songs of praise and thanksgiving unto God. And all Israel, in the days of Zerubbabel and the days of Nehemiah, gave the portions of the singers and the porters, every day his portion. And they sanctified holy things unto the Levites, and the Levites sanctified them unto the children of Aaron. And there we have chapter 12. This book, y'all. Oh my gosh. Hey, never again. Good to see you. Hunter says God could stand to attend a creative writing class or 10. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, let's see. Geo-Sam, how can anyone understand this mess? Exactly. Yep. And why should we care? That's what I want to know. Why, in heaven's name, is this chapter in this book? So much of this, yeah, Nerdy Rodent, this word of God is mind-numbing. Exactly. Good Lord. It's the census data is just, I don't understand the purpose of its inclusion. I really don't. There's no, y'all, there's no fucking point. It's not the sacred word of the Lord. It's census data. Y'all, we had this in Numbers. We had this in Deuteronomy. We had some of this in Samuel. We had a lot of this in Chronicles. We had some of this in Ezra, and Nehemiah is just full of it. Full of it. Paul Camish says, correction, he's starting to believe this book is full of crap. It is full of crap. There's a reason you're starting to believe that. It's because you're connected to reality, unlike, apparently, the people who think this is valuable. Oh, my God. I've read more interesting cereal boxes, sweet Jesus, on crackers. Why? Why? What is going on? I can't believe I had the outright temerity to complain about those couple of chapters that were summarizing the entire events of the Bible up until this point. Like Paul said the other day, if we took out all the repetition and the crap, we'd have a fucking pamphlet. But oh my goodness, the unending genealogy and census data. Who fucking cares? Who cares? Oh, I beg your pardon. There's not. Anybody got a theory as to why this was included? I mean, couldn't they have done some editing? Like, at least at the Council of Nicaea, they edited like 3/4 of the surviving texts from this religion out of existence. Why couldn't they have edited a couple of chapters out of Nehemiah? Good Lord. Fuck me. This is just painful. It's not as painful as Numbers was. You know what this reminds me of? Those tedious world-building chapters that you run across in fucking fantasy novels. You know? It's like something very interesting is going to happen, I promise you. But first, I've got to tell you the entire lineage of everyone that's ever... It's like a Mario Puzo novel, is what it's like. You ever actually sat down and read The fucking Godfather? It's painful. every time, and I'm not exaggerating, every time a character, well, a male character, because Mario Puzo's a little bit like this, every time a male character walks into the room, the entire narrative grinds to a screeching fucking halt and goes back to their childhood and tells their entire story up to the present day. And that's what this feels like. Jura suggests maybe it was handwriting practice. Amiganets for the scribes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, once we get down into the Middle Ages, I understand why everything's left in. Because, you know, it's the sacred word of God, and it's to be passed down from priests to priests, because as I've bellyached and moaned before, this entire book up until this point is essentially just existing to justify the priests and scribes taking money from the common people and kings. But back in ye olde days, well, I mean, what was somebody thinking? That's what I want to know. What were they? Sorry, I'm scrunching my pillow. What is? Ugh. There's no point. There's no point. Why am I spending this much time belly aching and moaning about this? There is no point. People are just hidebound and dyed in the wool, and they won't fucking change anything, even when it's leaving tedious shit like Numbers 12 in their holy book. God all fucking mighty. Chapter 13, the final chapter. On that day, they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written that the Ammonite and the Moabite should not come into the congregation of God forever, because they met not the children of Israel with bread and with water. Well, this is going back a ways, but hired Balaam against them, that he should curse them. Howbeit our God turned the curse into a blessing. Now it came to pass, when they heard the law, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude. And before this, Eliashib the priest, having the oversight of the chamber of the house of our God, was allied unto Tobiah. And he had prepared for him a great chamber, where aforetime they laid the meat offerings, the frankincense, and the vessels, and the tithes of the corn, the new wine, and the oil, which was commanded to be given to the Levites, and the singers, and the porters, and the offerings of the priests. But in all this time was not I at Jerusalem, for in the 32nd year of Artaxerxes king of Babylon came I unto the king. And after certain days obtained I leave of the king, and I came to Jerusalem, and understood of the evil that Eliashib did for Tobiah in preparing him a chamber in the courts of the house of God. And it grieved me sore. Therefore I cast forth all the household stuff to Tobiah out of the chamber. Then I commanded, and they cleansed the chambers, and thither brought I again the vessels of the house of God with the meat offering and the frankincense. And I perceived that the portions of the Levites had not been given them, for the Levites and the singers that did the work were fled, every one to his field. Then contended I with the rulers, and said, Why is the house of God forsaken? And I gathered them together, and set them in their place. Then brought all Judah the tithe of the corn, and the new wine, and the oil unto the treasuries. And I made treasurers over the treasuries, Shelemiah the priest, and Zadok the scribe. And of the Levites, Pedaiah. And next to them was Hanan, the son of Zakur, the son of Mattaniah. For they were counted faithful, and their office was to distribute unto their brethren. Remember me, O my God, concerning this, and wipe not out my good deeds that I have done for the house of my God, and for the offices thereof. In those days saw I in Judah some treading wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves, and lading asses, as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals. There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and all manner of ware, and sold on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah and in Jerusalem. Then I contended with the nobles of Judah, and said unto them, What evil thing is this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day? Did not your fathers thus, and did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon this city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the gates should be shut, and charged that they should not be opened till after the Sabbath. And some of my servants set I at the gates, that there should no burden be brought in on the Sabbath day. So the merchants and sellers of all kind of ware lodged without Jerusalem once or twice. Then I testified against them, and said unto them, Why lodge ye about the wall? If ye do so again, I will lay hands on you. From that time forth came they no more on the Sabbath. And I commanded the Levites that they should cleanse themselves, and that they should come and keep the gates to sanctify the Sabbath day. Remember me, O my God, concerning this also, and spare me according to the greatness of thy mercy. In those days also saw I Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, and could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. And I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them swear by God, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves. Did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his God, and God made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish woman cause to sin. Shall we then hearken unto you to do all this great evil, to transgress against our God in marrying strange wives? And one of the sons of Joiada, the son of Eliashib, the high priest, was son-in-law to Sanballat the Horonite. Therefore I chased him from me. Remember me, O my God, because they have defiled the priesthood, and the covenant of the priesthood, and of the Levites. Thus cleansed I them from all strangers, and appointed the wards of the priests and the Levites, every one in his business, and for the wood offering at times appointed, and for the firstfruits. Remember me, O my God, for good. And that's the end of the book of Nehemiah. Well, we got a smite. Took him long enough. All right, so don't marry strange or outlandish women. It says so. Way back here yonder somewhere. At least if you're a priest or a Levite. It's hard to tell who some of this applies to. Geosam, yeah, exactly. If you take all the useless crap out of the Bible, it will be reduced to a pamphlet. Yeah. All right. Juras, does anybody know how many more times we have to endure sensei? No, we don't know. I remember there's only a couple of them in the New Testament, but as far as I can tell, the Old Testament is about 75% sensei. And this is, I mean, this chapter is just more mingle not with the heathen around ye. Ye are to be set apart, set aside, righteous and upright before the Lord thy God, the jealous God, the God who only likes one particular language and one particular people. All right. Well, we finally got that fucking wall rebuilt. We finally got the temple re-sanctified. And we finally got the fucking Sabbath reinstituted. Interesting that it took so long to do that. I mean, they reinstituted the feast of God damn it, what was it, y'all? We just talked about it on, it was just the day before yesterday. Why can't I fucking remember anything? Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles. That's what I'm trying to think of. Come on, coffee. Seems weird to reinstitute the Feast of Tabernacles before you reinstitute the Sabbath, doesn't it? I mean, their priorities are kind of cattywampus. Unless this is just another issue of the Word of God getting lost behind a couch, like keeps on seeming to happen. People forget stuff, and then God gets his knickers in a twist. Not much to Nehemiah, really. I mean, there's that one chapter that summarized everything from Genesis through to fucking Deuteronomy. Summarized the entire Pentateuch in, what was it, like 28 verses, something like that. And the rest of it is just census data and an absolutely bloody fucking tedious blow-by-blow account of the reconstruction of the wall about Jerusalem, which, in order to make full sense of, you have to know the geography of Jerusalem already, because he keeps throwing in these things, these references to, you know, the fish gate, the prison gate, the dung gate, and you've already got to know which is which of the 12 gates round about Jerusalem, or you can't make any sense or head nor tails of these directions that he's giving, explaining who went which way, when, and where. But we've got the wall built. We've got the priests re-sanctified and the Ammonites thrown out of camp. We've got an interesting little preview of Jesus cleansing the temple, which is, you know, why that story was left in there. There's no other reason for that chapter to be included. And that's it. And we're done with Nehemiah. We can shake the dust of that particular city off of our feet. Huzzah! Yeah. All right, Paul, take care. Drive safe. All right, we've got two options at this point. We've been going, my counter says 38 minutes and change. We can wrap it here, just have a short episode, and get on with our Fridays. Or we can launch into the next book, which is the book of Esther. Which is, shit, longer than I remember. I had remembered that being like a 2-chapter book, but I was incorrect. Gonna wait a minute for my chat to catch up. What do y'all think? You want to pile on out of here, or do you want to launch into Esther? Launch into Esther. That just don't sound right. Amiga Nut says, give us a teaser. All right, so like the first book of Esther, and then leave you wanting more. I like this idea. All right, let's do it that way. Let's do it that way. All right, Junk Shop 2020. The Book of Esther, Chapter 1, which is all that I can read, because I swear to God, this fucking print gets smaller and smaller every goddamn day. Never again says, am I thinking of begatting with Esther? Not exactly. Been dead for 3,000 years, and that's a little necrophiliac for me. Aunt Jur says, I think you said you wanted to give Esther its own episode, but if it's longer than I thought, might as well get a teaser. Yeah, that's because honestly, I had remembered it just being like 3 long chapters or something, but it's 10. And you know what comes after that is Job, which is going to get its own dedicated playlist because Job is long as fuck. All right. Esther 1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus, this is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 107 and 20 provinces, that in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan the palace, in the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces being before him, when he shewed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty many days, even 180 days. And when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days, in the court of the garden of the king's palace, where were white and green and blue hangings, fastened with cords of fine linen and purple, to silver rings and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver, upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black marble. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance, according to the state of the king. And the drinking was according to the law, none did compel, for so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure. Also Vashti the queen made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus. On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded Mehumam, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, and Abagtha, Zethar, and Carcas, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king, to bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal, to shew the people and the princes her beauty, for she was fair to look on. But the queen Vashti refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore the king very wroth, and his anger burned in him. Then the king said to the wise men which knew the times, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew law and judgment. And next unto him was Karshena, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marsena, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face, and which sat the first in the kingdom. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to law, because she hath not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains? And Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen hath not done wrong to the king only, but also to all the princes, and to all the people that are in the provinces of the king Ahasuerus. For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husbands in their eyes, when it shall be reported that King Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto all the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen, thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath. If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti came no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she. And when the king's decree, which he shall make, shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give their husbands honor, both to great and small. And the saying pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of Memucan. For he sent letters unto all the king's provinces, into every province according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people. And that misogynistic shit show was Esther chapter 1. Pardon me. All right. So, and y'all didn't think I was gonna get to bellyache and moan enough today. Okay, so Ahasuerus, king of kings, ruler of the Medes and Persians, throws a giant fuck-off feast for no particular reason, just to show off. And he cooks up a giant fuck-off feast and makes an enormous show of his wealth and prosperity. And he gives everybody their own wine cup and provides wine from the royal vineyard. And as a weird side note, no one is compelled to drink of the royal wine, but everyone can have as much as they please. Well, you're not wrong, Never Again. You are not wrong. And that was the base of every family violence session ever in Christian households. Okie dokie. So, 7 days into this, how fucking long did this feast go on? Because it said it went on for quite some time. 180 days this feast goes on. On the 7th day, he's had enough feasting, and he decides it's time to show off how hot his wife is. So he sends word to his wife, who's busy having a women feast over on the side that takes up all of one fucking verse, because, you know, just women. Who fucking cares about the women? We can explain the wall hangings set for the king's feast for the men, but the analogous women's feast is covered in one fucking verse. He sends word to his queen, Vashti, and says, I want to show you off. Come hither, beauteous one. I want to show the princes and all the people how great is thy beauty. And Vashti says, oh, fuck you. I am not going to be paraded in front of the nation as some kind of trophy. Get a life. Drink more wine. And Ahasuerus is astonied. That's what we in the trade call a callback. Astonied is King Ahasuerus, and he doesn't know what to do. So he calls his knowledgeable men and his princes together and says, well, here's the thing. I was planning on showing off how hot my wife was, but she won't go along with it. So what am I to do? And one of the princes says, here's the thing. If we let this go unanswered, this will be a bad example, and none of our wives will do what we tell them. So I think you should probably divorce her and give all her shit to somebody who will do what you tell her. And the king says, I like this plan. The fuck is this shit? I mean, having read ahead, we know why this book is in here. It's the is instantiation the word I'm looking for? Of the Feast of Purim, the festival of the lots. Which is a crappy little minor holiday, but much beloved of the children. And as we get further into the story, I'll tell y'all some stories about the Feast of Purim, the festival of lots, because this is this eventually becomes a fun little book. But this first chapter, nope. Aunt Jura says, sounds like an incel. Exactly. Why won't these bitches do what I tell them? Hey, Stool, good to see you. Have I had a haircut? Not recently, no. I need to buzz the sides here again though, because it's getting a little fuzzy. But oh my goodness. We've been caught up in census data for so long that we forgot just how incredibly toxic and misogynistic this outdated pile of crap is, and why we renamed it. Those of you new may not know, because we have not revisited this title page in a while. The Big Book of War Crimes and Outdated Regulations, Utter Madness and Abuse. Fucking prehistoric bullshit. Yeah, but at least we know that the misogyny and the incel-like behavior was not confined to the children of Israel during the time. It went, whoops. It went abroad into the uttermost ends of the earth. The countries and dominions of the Medes and the Persians. Side note, this is not the only, oh, thank you, Stu. I appreciate that. This is not the only time we're going to encounter that weird little side phrase to write. Well, I'm just scanning through. I'm not going to find it quickly, but something along the lines of if something is published in the laws of the Medes and the Persians, it cannot be revoked. It cannot be annulled. It's essentially the equivalent of the Pope speaking infallibly. There are some things that just, if decreed in a certain way, there's no turning back. Yes, Aunt Jer, exactly. It's less a cookie than a pastry. It's a little triangular. I can make a triangle. I used to watch Carmen Sandiego. Vigilance, dedication, courage. It's a little triangular filled pastry called Hamantaschen, and we'll get to why that is a thing later. Leave them wanting more, Junk Shop. Always leave them wanting more. So yeah, what was I going on about? Oh, the fact that I've been complaining and moaning about the census data and the begats for so long that I've forgotten how gross the fucking book is. I mean, poor Vashti, right? I mean, all she wants is to have an analogous party with the women of the kingdom. And she gets this message that says, hey, come parade around in front of the men because I want to show off how hot is my wife. And she says, I'm busy. And besides, that's degrading. No, gross. Ahasuerus, king of kings. Jesus Christ, ain't you got anything better to do with your time? Go, keep on drinking. Jesus. And Ahasuerus, king of kings, promptly displays the unbelievable kindness and good judgment that we're going to see him display more than once again by the time we finally get out of the book of Esther. which is evident here that he doesn't even fucking know. I mean, maybe he's this drunk that he doesn't know what to do, but nope. Because as we're going to find out later, he's just a bad king. Not so much that he's evil, he's just not good at it. He sucks at his job. So he needs the help of his wise men. And his wise men counsel him to divorce the queen, because they're afraid that if one woman stands up to one man, all women will rise up against all men, and nobody will maintain dominion over his house any longer. And the king just goes along with it. He's all right, sure, throw her ass out on the street. I'll find somebody else to be queen. Ugh. You know what happens next? I do. You know when we're going to find out? Monday, 2 p.m. Central, that's 3 p.m. Eastern, that's 8 p.m. UK, that's 9 p.m. Belgian time. Y'all have to come back and see us again. All right. Well, we've been coming up on an hour. Thank you all so much for coming. I hope you got something out of it. Hope you enjoyed each other's company. If you didn't enjoy fucking Nehemiah, I know I sure didn't enjoy fucking Nehemiah, but I always enjoy hanging out with y'all. Let's see. Yes, we'll reconvene on Monday for more improv Bible study. If you are a patron, we will reconvene tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Central for more public domain for patrons. That will be for anybody watching in the future. Well, that will be or will have been Saturday, August the 1st. Because we've run out of July. Thank you, never again. The sinister giggle. Thank you. If listening to me read the short stories of Manly Wade Wellman sounds like something you might enjoy spending an hour or so of your Saturday doing, there's still time to go to patreon.com/junkshoplibrary and pledge your allegiance for as little as $1 a month. I got a shill. Y'all know how it is. Oh, thank you, Geo Sam. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right. Well, we'll bounce out of here and hopefully see y'all again on Monday for more Esther. We'll find out how this crazy shit goes down. As we always say before we head out, everybody take care. Be safe. Stand against hate. Wear a fucking mask. It's not hard. And send good thoughts my way, because I've got to go deal with technologically savvy people in just a couple of hours. Bye, y'all. Get out of my way, long-ass fingernail. I'm trying to hit the end button. There we go.